Üdvözlök mindenkit! Én Rainman vagyok, és ez itt az Angel Paradise. Folytassuk az adott módon végigjátszásunkat a 4. nappal, illetve a 4. fejezettel. Ott hagytuk abba korábban, hogy a lefoglalt szoborfejről kiderült, hogy üreges, és a belsejében drogot találtunk. Illetve az is kiderült, hogy a korábban megismert csavargó Csön Tatun lett a következő áldozata a sorozatgyilkosnak, aki után nyomozunk. Illetve az is kiderült, hogy Csön Tatun korábban diplomás ember volt, azáltal, hogy megtaláltuk a rejtek helyén egy peskős üvegben a diplomáját, és akkor innen folytatjuk a történetet. Betörtés. Ugye, ahogy korábban mondtam, nem tudom, hogy meg tudom-e ígérni, hogy ez a fejezet nem lesz nagyon hosszú, és nem is lesz nagyon rövid, hát most majd meglátjuk. Szokásos eljárás, megyünk be az FBI központjába.
I should have examined this sample from the museum.
És ugye a raktárban levett mintát elemezzük ki. Ugye ott találtunk abban a rejtett kabinetben egy mérleget, amit ugye drogkimérésre használtak, hát mire másra. És onnan vettünk egy mintát, a mintavétel szolgáló pálcikkal segítségével, és ezt most szépen elemezzük is ki. Ugye korábban már elemeztünk egy mintát a szoborfejben található drogzacskóból, hát kiderül, hogy ez ugyanaz-e. Elfelejtettem felvenni egy fiolát, amiben ugye berakjuk a mintavételhez használt pálcikát. És nézzük meg, hogy ez ugyanez a heroin, amit korábban találtunk az zacskóban. Nyomjuk meg.
Looks like the museum was spreading more than just knowledge. I want to search the entire museum. The chief could help with the search warrant.
Oké, szóval megegyezik a korábban talált és elemzett heroin mintával, úgyhogy a főnöktől kérünk házkutatási parancsot, illetve ebben az esetben múzeumkutatási parancsot. Hogy a végére érhessük ennek az ügynek.
Hey Ruth, Chief around?
Nope, and before you ask, I've no idea when he'll be back.
Hey, you've known him longer than I have. You think he's happy with my work?
I'm sure he is, honey. Just don't count on him to actually say it.
Huh, so how long have you known him?
Oh, only a few months. He was in the Chicago office before.
You know his family or anything?
No, he lost his wife not long before I started here. He's only just gotten over it, really. Organizing this office helped him a lot. But from what I gather, he's not the same man.
I'm wondering what the link is between all the victims. Tatum's death doesn't follow the pattern. They were all wealthy, respectable, educated men.
And Tatum?
He was a bum.
We'll check the precinct's files on vagrancy busts and drifters. You never know.
Well, I'll be. Tatum had a diploma from New York University.
Maybe it was fake, like one of those online ones.
I don't think it was. He kept it rolled up in an old champagne bottle.
Aha, so there's the connection then.
They were all alcoholics?
No, the education. Whatever happened to him, Tatum was at least a well-educated man.
Right. And you know what else? All these guys were graduates of the same university.
Were they more or less the same age? Maybe they studied together.
Ruth, genius. Maybe there's something to this. I'm going down to the NYU library on East 84th to check it out.
Szóval egyrészt megtudtuk, hogy a főnök nincs bent, úgyhogy egyőre elhalasszuk ezt a múzeum kutatási engedélyt, illetve azt is megtudtuk, hogy Ruth nem tudja sajnos lekérdezni Tatumnak az adatait, mert amikor ők végeztek az egyetemen, akkor még nem volt internetes nyilvántartás, úgyhogy most hagyományos módszerrel kell folyamatunk, el kell mennünk az egyetem könyvtárába, és az ottani archívumban kutatászni, hogy kis részletességet találjunk Tatumról és a többi áldozatról, hogy mi az összefüggés az áldozatok között. Ugye az már kiderült mind a kettőjük számára, mind Nicole, mind Ruth számára, hogy mind a ketten egy egyetemen végeztek, és mindannyian okos, értelmes, diplomát szerzett, egyetemet végzett emberek voltak. Na, szóval akkor menjünk el az egyetem könyvtárába. Ugye meg is kaptuk az új helyszínt a Polaroid fényképezőn.
Respectable walls in a respectable library.
Rendben, akkor menjünk be a könyvtárba. Ugye itt két helyszín van, a hátsó rész, illetve az olvasóterem. Menjünk be először az olvasóterembe. Nem, hanem akkor menjünk be a hátsó részbe. Nem, ez az olvasóterem, ez majd később lesz fontos. Egyébként az nem is tudom, filmarchívum, vagy nem is tudom micsoda. Innen...
The shelves are loaded. Perhaps the librarian can help me.
Csak itt a könyvtáros nénivel beszélgessünk. Mutatkozzunk be neki.
So what's the librarian using if she doesn't have her glasses? Good morning, ma'am.
Or rather, good evening. Do you have a library card or university ID?
How's this?
Oh, I say. And what brings the FBI to us today?
Well, I'm trying to find out about some former students from, say, 1982 to 1986. I thought perhaps there'd be some papers or records.
And all that today? I think you'd be here all week looking that lot up.
Okay, so let's start with something that would list students' names for that period.
Yearbooks, then. Do you know what?
Yeah?
I'll have to close the reading room in a few minutes. I'm all alone here, you know.
I understand that, ma'am, but I'm conducting an investigation here.
I was expecting a butt, young lady. Don't worry, I'll stay and help you.
Yes?
Yes, indeed. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes, I'm all by my lonesome here.
Yes, I noticed.
I've been working in this library for 30 years, you know. I retired 5 years ago.
Oh, so you came back because you couldn't live without the books, right?
And do you know who my replacement is? My niece. She's at the Librarians' Conference in Europe.
You raised your own successor. Well done. Anyway, to get back to the yearbooks.
Yes, indeed. Now then, the university authorities are very fond of statistics, you know.
Ah, paperwork?
Right. Now then, if you bring me the books you want, I can catalog them and make the necessary statistical records.
Maybe you could point me in the right direction.
Over there, on the shelves, left of the doors. They're the yearbooks. Over there, on the shelves, left of the doors. They're the yearbooks.
A könyvtáros néni arra kért minket, hogy könyves polcokról vegyük le egy nyilvántartási könyvet. Illetve a New York-i Egyetem 86-os évkönyv.
I hope Jessica Fletcher there will help me. Bundle of NYU bulletins bound together by a bookbinder.
És ezt juttassuk vissza a néninek. Minek utána tud nekünk segíteni a nyomozásunk tovább haladásában.
Do you have them?
Here they are.
What is it exactly you're hoping to find in them?
Anything I can about 4 or 5 of your old students.
I see. And what are their names?
Well, Joel Tatum, Andrew Haig, Henry Fairbanks, John Rudolph, and Mark Chestham.
Oh, hold your horses there, sweetie. Okay, let's start with Tatum. Here's the index. And here he is, page 226. Now then, where are those other boys? Seems all their entries refer to page 226. Let's have a look there.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh, don't thank me too soon. This page has been torn out. Look. See?
Oh my God, is this Scooby-Doo or what?
Those meddling kids get worse with every generation. But I'll catch the little buggers. Oh, yes.
Are there any copies, microfilms, and so on?
Microfilms? Why, yes. Although the newer things are being scanned now, you know.
Uh-huh. Do you think I could have a look at the microfilm for this page?
Not today, sweetie. I'm too tired now. Come back tomorrow. My niece will be back then. She's much better with the technical things.
Listen, ma'am, someone else may die today, and it's possible that that microfilm contains something I can use to stop anyone else from being hurt.
Yes, well, when you put it like that... Shocking, quite shocking. Well, I should leave now if I'm going to catch my bus. But there's one later on, too. I could always take that one instead. All right then, sweetie. I'll help you. Okay, FBI. You convinced me.
Terrific. Thank you so much. Now, where are the microfilms? I'll try to find them the old-fashioned way.
You'd be better off playing the lottery. Higher chances.
Needle in a haystack, huh?
The microfilm room is there on the right. Wait, from here I can unlock all the drawers.
Sorry, there's a whole room full of microfilm?
Of course.
Sorry, there's a whole room full of microfilm?
Of course.
Szóval most kiderült, hogy az évkönyvből kitépték a megfelelő lapot, ezért úgy tudunk ennek végére járni, hogy elmentették mikrofilmben a diákok adatait és az évkönyveket, csak hát a könyvtáros néni nem tudja pontosan, hogy hol is, milyen számon tudjuk ezt megtalálni, úgyhogy ennek nekünk kell utána járnunk.
I haven't been to an ophthalmologist for a while.
Illetve felvettünk az egyik asztalról egy szemüveget. Itt a mikrofilm olvasó.
The reel may yet come in handy.
Illetve felvettük egy tekercset, amivel majd bele tudjuk fűzni a mikrofilmet. Ha végre megtaláltuk. Na, menjünk is be szépen a mikrofilm szobába.
Ah, screw it. There's more celluloid here than in George Lucas's garage.
Szóval még így sem világos számára, úgyhogy megyünk pár szó és kérjünk segítséget a nénitől.
You're right. I won't find anything this way.
Never mind. In the meantime, I found the catalog number. It's 01-044-86.
Na, miután megkaptuk az információt, ismét menjünk vissza a mikrofilm szobába.
01044886. The numbers here are totally different. Where'd she get this from?
Ismét eredménytelen a kutatás, úgyhogy megint menjünk vissza és ismételten beszéljünk a nénivel.
I'm sorry, there seems to be a problem. The microfilms in there have a totally different format.
Well, I did tell you to come back tomorrow and talk to my niece.
May I call her?
She's probably halfway over the Atlantic right now. I doubt she'd have her mobile switched on.
Well, do you know why the numbers are different?
Well, it all changed in recent years, but it's hard to implement new systems like that. A few items always get left out, and I don't know how to convert the old catalog numbers.
Okay, perhaps we can work it out together. What did the numbers in the old system represent?
Well, that's easy. The first 2 digits were the catalog section, the next 3 were the number of a specific item, and the last 2 were the year.
I see.
Now, new catalog numbers contain additional information, and the 2-digit year numbers are now the full 4.
So the new catalog numbers would be like 01044 1986?
Well, the item number is now a 4-digit code, so in our case, it'd probably be 0044. And the 01 would be 001 for sure. Whew. Guess I knew more than I thought I did.
Guess so. Okay, let me look real quick for that microfilm now.
Okay, but hurry along. It's getting late, you know.
Oké, szóval miután elmagyarázta a mikrofilmek rendezési rendszerét, így talán megtaláljuk a megfelelő filmtekercset.
It's been hiding in this drawer for far too long. Let's see what secrets it holds. I managed to wind the film onto the reel. A very useful thing.
És akkor ellenőrizzük is le, hogy jó-e. Hogy az olvasóteremben találtunk egy mikrofilmolvasó eszközt. Hűzzük is be a gépbe.
It's not this combination. The image is terrible. Ah, no lens.
Szóval ki van véve sajnos a lencse, amivel élesíteni tudnánk a képen, ezért kérjük segítséget a nénitől. Amit láthatjátok, a kezében egy olvasó lencse van, úgyhogy ezt próbáljuk meg elkérni tőle.
Is that the only machine?
At the moment, yes. The others are being repaired. Is there something wrong with that one?
The optics are broken, no focal lens.
Oh, well, I really don't know how to help you there.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the lens from the microfilm reader?
I have no idea what it is, sweetie. But I find it useful sometimes. I found it on the floor, you know.
Well, this is the lens from the microfilm reader. If you don't mind, I can fix it.
Oh, I don't know about that. How would I read the very small print?
Don't you have glasses?
Of course.
Well, why don't you just use them? I'm sure the students need the microfilm reader too.
But I don't know where my glasses are right now.
What? You lost them?
No, they're around here somewhere. I only need them for reading, you know. Now, where did I put them? Oh, never mind. I was using a clever little piece of glass before. Where did I put that?
Yeah. Let me take it over here where I can get a better look at it.
You know, FBI, If you found my glasses, you'd be solving 2 problems in one go.
Yeah.
You know, FBI.
Szóval kiderült, hogy a hiányú lencse, ami a olvasógépben van, az a néninél van, mert ugye pár nappal ezelőtt elvesztette a szemüvegét, amit mi meg is találtunk. Ott volt az egyik olvasóasztalon. Ugye nem elég, hogy a néni nem lát jól, de még a memóriájával is bajok vannak, hát ez a korral együtt jár, de hál' Istennek megtaláltuk és visszaadjuk neki. Mindenek cserébe megkapjuk tőle a lencsét az olvasógéphez.
Here you go, ma'am. I found your glasses.
Oh, how wonderful. What a clever detective you are. Thank you so much.
Look, I know you're in a hurry to get home, but could I ask you for just a moment longer?
Oh, no hurry, dear. I feel safer here with you anyway.
Thank you. I'll be finished real soon now. Could I have another look at that lens?
Yes, of course. Here it is. You can pop it in the reader over on the other side of the reading room.
Szóval megkaptuk az olvasógépnek a lencséjét, és most helyezzük is vissza. Hogy végre el tudjuk olvasni a épkönyvben kitépett lapnak a digitális változatát. Bár ezt nem igazán lehetne digitálisnak nevezni, hát ez volt ugye az internet előtt, így katalogizálták mikrofilmen keresztül az internet kora előtti dolgokat.
Otherwise...
És meg is vagyunk.
Finally! Now the text is clear. NYU students to follow in the footprints of conquistadors. Amazon expedition underway. NYU professor of archaeology Dr. Samuel Dickinson is leading an expedition into the Amazon rainforest. Their itinerary recreates the journeys of the Spanish explorers of the 16th and 17th centuries. While the party's goal is the last of the great Incan treasures, the fabled hoard of Tupac Amaru, can the professor achieve what the conquistadors did not? Will he find the legendary city of Acacor, treasure vault of an entire empire, the once mighty Incas? The team, who has already left for Peru, consists mostly of NYU students. List of participants in Professor Dickinson's expedition. Samuel Dickinson, professor of pre-Columbian archaeology at NYU, expedition leader. Alice Dickinson, the professor's daughter, student. William Warren, assistant to the professor. Andrew Haig, student, team doctor. Henry Fairbanks, student, technician. Mark Chestham, student. Joel Tatum, student. John Rudolph, student. Alan Branford, student. Noel Roche, student. So all the victims were part of the expedition. Fairbanks, Haig, Chestham, Rudolph, and Tatum. Finally, we got ourselves a fact.
Hoppá, szóval kiderült, hogy azok az áldozatok, akiket a sorozatgyilkosok megölt, mind egy iskolában jártak, sőt, mind egy expedíciónak a részesei, akik elmentek Dél-Amerikába, hogy felfedezzék az utolsó indián várost. Nem is figyeltem, hogy Peru vagy Inka volt az. Na szóval mindegy. Az a lényeg, hogy ez egy csapatnak a tagjai, és valami miatt a sorozatgyilkos valószínűleg ő is a csapat tagjához tartozott, megölte az összes résztvevőt. Most már meg kell találnunk és kell derítenünk, hogy a életben maradt tagok közül ki lehet a gyilkos. Már ugye felsoroltak itt egy csomó nevet, köztük John Tatumét is, a csavargóit, akiről most már 100%-osan bebizonyosodott, hogy egyetemet végzett, hiszen az itteni diákok közt volt, akik az expedíción részt vettek, és benne van a képe is az évkönyvben. Szóval most már csak ki kell deríteni ki a valódi gyilkos.
There's something here about the aftermath, too. Tragedy in the jungle. Our university community has lost an outstanding colleague and teacher, professor of archaeology, Dr. Samuel Dickinson. His scientific and social achievements are writ large across the history of our university. He was last seen heading a scientific expedition to Peru to find the legendary Incan treasure vaults left behind after the conquistadors' invasion. In the course of the expedition, the professor, his daughter Alice, and fellow student Noel Roche all went missing. Roche's body was found later in the jungle. He had been killed by native Indians. Despite valiant attempts by the other members of the expedition, led by Professor Dickinson's assistant William Warren, Dickinson and his daughter were never found. In the face of the Indian threat and increasingly difficult weather conditions, the remaining party members chose to withdraw. According to Mr. Warren, the chances of finding the professor alive are virtually nil. We believe, though, that the professor and his students will live on in our university's history. Peace in their memory. Warren, he's the linchpin of this whole story. It's just him and Branford now. Now, are they both potential victims, or is one of them the murderer? Maybe they're in it together. Or maybe the murderer is someone not on the list. And where's the irrefutable proof that Hakiero killed Fairbanks? Are there two murderers at work here? Anyway, let's copy the list of participants. Maybe I can get out of here finally.
Szóval megkaptuk a listát.
List of participants in Professor Dickinson's expedition. Let's see this list again. Must be a link between the expedition 20 years ago and the crimes now. Only thing this list connects is the victims with each other. Can we really explain the murders as a result of the events of the past? Why didn't Branford or Warren say anything about knowing the victims? That's fishy. What's stopping them from revealing information that could save their lives? Only if one or both of them were directly involved in the killings would it make sense to do so. We'll have to check their alibis again. Anyway, all the clues lead to Warren at the moment. Drugs, Hakiero, expeditions in the jungle. We must start from the expedition. That's where the fuse was lit. The drugs thing is probably incidental. Don't want to get too hung up on that. NYU students to follow in NYU while the parties go. Can the professor achieve what the will he find the legendary city of Acacor, treasure vault of an entire empire, the once mighty Incas? The team, who has already left for Peru, consists mostly of NYU students. List of participants in Professor Dickinson's expedition. Samuel Dickens, Alice Dick, William Warren, Andrew Haig, Henry Fairbanks, Mark Chestham, John Rudolph, Alan Branford, Noel Rush. So all the victims were finally. We got it.
Szóval leellenőztem még egyszer, hogy van-e még mondani valója Nikolnak az ügyel kapcsolatban. Szóval megkaptuk az expedíció tagjainak névsorát, ugye amiből kiderült, hogy a professzornak, aki az expedíciót vezette, annak volt egy lánya, illetve lányának
I should at least thank the librarian.
Egy vőlegénye, barátja, akik kegyetlen módon végeztek a perui őslakosok, mivel betörtek a területükre, és ezt vagy valami más miatt valaki elkezdte módszeresen kiírtani az expedíció résztvevői, többek között a csapat vezetőjét, a professzort, úgyhogy rá nem lehet gyanakodni, hogy a lánya miatt tett bosszút, úgyhogy ki kell derítenünk, hogy ki az. Azt szépen köszönjük meg a néninek a sok segítséget.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I've got everything I need now.
May I go home then?
Certainly, but if you'll just bear with me a second. Federal Agent Nicole Bonnet, FBI. I need a patrol car to the library on East 84th. It's for an expert witness in a case I'm investigating. I'll need her driven home safely. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. A policeman will be along in 5 minutes to give you a ride home. Thank you very much for your time. You've been a tremendous help.
Not at all. It was quite exciting, actually.
Ugye, megköszönve, hogy segített nekünk a néni, cserébe a rendőri kísérettel haza tudjuk szállítani a nénit, hogy ne a sötétbe bóklászon és valami bajok történjen.
I'll have to close the reading room in a few minutes. I'm all alone here, you know. I'll have to...
Úgyhogy hívtuk is hozzá egy járőrt, hogy kísérje haza a kedves idős hölgyet. És most következő állomásunk ismételten a múzeum. És végre tények elé állíthatjuk Warren igazgatót. Mivel a felsorolt áldozatok közül még ő van életben, többek között, és megkérdezzük, hogy esetleg nem ő a gyilkos. Na mindegy. Úgyhogy bemegyünk szépen az archívumba, és a óra alá dugjuk a listát. És faggassuk ki szépen.
It's getting a bit old now, don't you think?
Why didn't you say anything about the expedition?
They were tragic events, best forgotten.
We'll start remembering because my serial killer is tied into them somehow.
Really? What an idea.
Yes, I also think that you hindered the investigation by withholding important information.
Well now, I can see you're here on business.
I'm always here on business. Don't you know the victims are all on a list?
Well, it's possible, I suppose.
It's possible, but you and Branford could be on that list. Aren't you afraid?
What good would fear do? Understand, I settled up with my conscience long ago.
When? When Fairbanks was killed? Or only after Tatum was?
You think it's so easy? And you, little girl, hiding behind an FBI badge. Do you think about all the people slaughtered somewhere in the cold and dark without your knowing?
Yes, and I hate it. I wake up mornings thinking that today someone else will die, and I can't stop it. Now it's even worse. I know who's gonna die.
Not all of them will.
Yeah?
Juan Alvarado, an archaeologist living in Cusco. He didn't join us until Peru.
Juan Alvarado? You keep in touch with him?
Not really.
Were there other people involved in the expedition?
Yes, Vaquero.
Go on.
Vaquero was a local grave robber, an amateur. He appeared when we were totally devastated and on the retreat, offering his help.
And?
And then he demanded an outrageous payment, and we parted ways with great ill will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important call to make.
Szóval megtudtuk az igazgatót, hogy csatlakozott Peruba egy újabb tudós, Alvarado, és most őt kell felkutatnunk, amihez egészen el kell mennünk Peruig.
Gotta hurry. No time for sightseeing.
Ezzel a tudással mehetünk is, és váltsuk meg a jegyünket Peruba a következő gyanúsítotthoz.
It's good we met. Are you waiting for Warren?
We're going out, although I'd prefer to go with you to the concert.
Well, maybe when I finish this case.
I can hardly wait.
I found out a little more about the Peruvian expedition 20 years ago. Do you, keep in touch with Mr. Alvarado?
No, not for a very long time, but we used to be friends. Why is he of interest to you?
The murders are all occurring within a specific group of people, and Alvarado's part of it.
Yes, he is. Do you think he could be the murderer?
Well, I don't have any proof to that end.
Do you think then that it's a Koga Pachiros Indian curse?
No.
Neither do I, but if our murderer was on this expedition, and if it's neither Warren nor myself, then it must be Alvarado?
Why should I suspect a man who lives in Peru of murdering people in New York?
Alvarado was in town at the same time, of course.
What? In New York City? Are you sure?
He called me. I was frightened he was trying to track me down.
Do you know where he is now?
He left a message that he was returning home, back to Peru. I hope it's true.
We'll look into it. Do you have his address?
Well, he sent me a letter postmarked in Manhattan. Had a photo of his house in Cusco in it with the address and a note. I showed it to Warren this morning.
Could I see it, please?
Well, here's the thing. There was a bit of a mess in the museum this morning. They were cleaning the showpieces that hang from the ceiling, and I had to literally push my way through between them. It must have been squeezed out of my pocket then.
Right. I'll find it. Look, if anything suspicious happens, you call me straight away, okay? Please. Look, if anything suspicious happens, you call me straight away, okay? Please.
Szóval megtudtuk, hogy Alvarado nemrég levelet írt, amiről Warren igazgató is tud, úgyhogy most őt kell kérdeznünk.
Ruth? Nicole.
Yes?
I need you to check South American flights out of the country in the last 5 days. Looking for a Juan Alvarado, archaeology professor, flying to Cusco, Peru.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Thanks, Ruth.
És meg kell kérdeznünk Warren igazgatót, hogy mit tud erről a levélről, vagy bármiről másról, amit eddig nem mondott el korábban.
Mr. Brantford's waiting for you outside.
Thank you. I'll be leaving now. You're staying here?
This pavilion is such a magical place.
You sound just like Alan. But I'm glad. It's a good thing.
Creating something like that must require so much talent.
And 20 years of hard work.
And one day, Haquero arrived and wanted to destroy all this.
This again, eh? No, in the beginning he even seemed friendly.
And then, he wanted to destroy your reputation and you couldn't get rid of him. So he blackmailed you?
What makes you think that?
I found traces of a drug stash down there.
Such a dirtbag. He defiled everything with his dirty little hands.
So he came here to demand his blackmail money?
You know, during the expedition we found a couple of shells of insignificant value and some old Spanish coins. Back then we were young and stupid. We invited tragedy. When the rain started and we realized we wouldn't be able to find the professor, we just wanted to get home as fast as we could. And Haquero said that because of the diggings, we would have to negotiate with corrupt pen pushers for weeks.
He helped you smuggle items out?
Yes. Oh, they were objects of little significance, and I soon forgot about them.
Did he also smuggle drugs inside exhibition pieces?
No, never. He pushed me to, but I never allowed it.
Did he pressure the others too?
I thought that he murdered them to get at me.
Why didn't you inform the authorities?
What are you talking about? I spoke to your man Chaser about the whole thing.
Chaser, yes, of course. Did you find the legendary city in the end?
Akakor? Well, we thought so, back then. But we couldn't go back again. It all seems like a dream now.
Last thing, are you sure you don't want protection?
Thank you, no. This place is swarming with police. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an important call to make.
Szóval Warren igazgató további információval szolgált Alvarezről, illetve megemlített egy Chase nevű embert, aki intézte a szállítást a drogbizniszsel kapcsolatban, úgyhogy ennek fogunk utána járni. Menjünk is vissza az irodába. Nem menjünk vissza az irodába? Így kiderül, hogy mi van itt. Nem, el kell mennünk hátra a kertbe. És találok itt valamit. Amint látom egy fényképet. Majdnem azt akarom mondani, fényképezőgépet, de nem.
Here, an antique house in Cusco, hence the dedication.
Szóval ez egy ház, egy régi ház Cusco-ról, Peruban. Cusco ugye a város.
Here, an
És akkor a következő állomásunk ez a ház lesz. Valószínűleg itt lakik a Peruba csatlakozott professzor
Nicole?
Alvarez.
Yeah, hi Ruth.
Alvarado left the country already. Hopped a flight to Peru.
Uh-huh, that's great, thanks. Listen, is the chief there?
Not at the moment.
You know what? Book me 2 tickets on the next plane to Cusco, Peru. Visas for me and Nick, and a hotel.
Be cheaper if you share a room.
Leave me alone.
Does Nick know about all this?
Not yet. I'll call him now.
Okay.
Thanks, Ruth.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Nick, we're going to Peru with this serial killer thing. Call me or Ruth back ASAP. Don't let me down on this.
Na, szóval miután üzenetet hagytunk, az ismételten nem elérhető Nicknek, hogy a szálak Peruba vezetnek. Megyünk vissza az irodába és kérjük egy rútot, hogy foglaljon nekünk egy jegyet Peruba. A következő fejezetünk ott fog folytatódni. De először nézzük meg, hogy bent van a főnök az irodában, és mutassuk meg a megtalált fényképet arról a kisvárosban, Peruban, ahol az ott csatlakozó új régész HUN Alvarez háza található.
Shall we? I've got a major update on the investigation.
I'm all ears.
I've established a few facts. All the victims were part of an academic expedition to the Amazon over 20 years ago. Professor Dickinson, his daughter, and another student named Noel Riche all tragically died during the expedition. Our friend Hakiero helped evacuate the survivors. He also helped them smuggle some minor artifacts out. Of the entire expedition, the only currently living survivors are Warren, Branford, and Alvarado, who is now an archaeology professor living in Cusco, Peru. All are potential victims, and all are potential killers.
Why?
Well, I don't have any real strong evidence yet, but all my leads come back to the expedition.
So something happened down there that 20 years later is causing our wannabe Quartermains to rip each other's guts out.
Looks that way. I just don't know what the something is. So I'm gonna fly down to Cusco and talk with this Alvarado character.
I can't authorize that. They won't let me. It's about 4 countries outside our jurisdiction.
Look, if he's not the murderer, he might open up to me. I've got a picture with a dedication he made for Branford.
Can I see it? Well, well.
So maybe I'll find out what their little rumble in the jungle was. But if Alvarado is the doer...
Then he had to have been up here for the last few weeks.
And so he was.
Shit, this is getting more and more iffy. Well, we can ask the Peruvian police to do the interrogation.
I've got the feeling I'll have to go and do it in person.
Forget about feelings. We're dealing in facts. Did you do the psychological portrait?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Our killer has a thing for middle-aged, physically fit males. He's of a similar class and income as his victims, except for Tatum. Not sure why he got hit. So, let's say he isn't an acquaintance. Then he's most likely in a position of public trust. Something he can use to get close to his targets. Policeman or priest, the usual candidates. Even someone like yourself, Chief, or our pal Branford. As for motivation, I reject the ritual aspect. It's a cool gag, but ultimately just handy window dressing. However, the antique gold coins left with the bodies? That's a clear attempt at communication. Or the whole thing could just be Warren stripping down to a loincloth and slaughtering his old buddies.
Warren in a loincloth? Nah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Warren, I wasn't aware he'd asked you for help, Chief.
Well, Nick was dealing with this case. He should have told you.
Warren admitted to me that they'd smuggled out some minor artifacts. Did he say anything like that to you?
No, he was very careful with his words. And anyway, it was only a brief chat on the phone.
Maybe the stuff they smuggled out wasn't so minor.
So they found some really big treasure down there. Someone got stiffed at the share out. And this is a 20-year late reminder?
20 years is a good amount of time for a prison sentence.
So he did 20 because he was framed. Well, that's a revenge motive. But what was he framed for?
We won't know until I go down there.
You're not going anywhere yet, Bonnet. Such a trip has to be well planned.
There's no time for that. We hang around with this, and who knows how bad this is gonna get.
You won't save anyone like this.
Listen to me. Listen, you can laugh, but I see a jungle city in my dreams. And at the top of these massive stone steps is a sacrificial altar. And the murderer's there, and he's gonna turn around any second. And when he does, pow!
Oh, for crying out loud, she's giving me dreams now. Go home, sleep. I'm giving you 1 day off. Make the most of it.
Chief!
Don't chief me, just get out of here. Jesus Christ. Bonnets, I'm too busy right now. Unless you've got a breakthrough in the investigation.
No, not really.
Alrighty then. Bonnets, I'm too busy right now. Unless you've got a breakthrough in the investigation.
No, not really.
Alrighty then.
Na, szóval a földök nem engedi, hogy Peruba nyomozgassunk, nehogy valami nemzetközi konfliktus okozzuk az ottani hatóságoknak. Ezért vagy más miatt.
I made a real ass of myself.
Ugye most megszegve a szabályokat, a saját szakárunkra kell dolgoznunk.
So, you flying?
Uh...
You know what, Nicole? Dollars to donuts, Nick will be late for his flight.
Can't we just medicate him and wake him when he's needed?
Send him the address of some dusky cafe in Cusco. Maybe he'll drop by for a coffee.
Huh. Look, just make sure he gets everything he needs for the investigation.
Don't worry. I'll staple the notes to his head if I have to.
You working late again?
Yeah. I think I'll end up mummified here and put on display for future generations of secretaries.
I promise I'll dust you. See you soon anyway.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget the postcard.
I won't. See you, Ruthie.
Sorry, honey. I'm busy right now.
Szóval mivel földöktől nem kaptunk engedélyt, hogy nyomozgassuk Peruba, ezért most a saját szakárunkra és saját felelősségünkre el kell mennünk Peruba. És Ruth megígértette velünk, hogy hozzunk neki onnan egy képeslapot, hát nem is kell más. Rajtunk nem múlik.
What the hell am I doing? Chief will can me if I take off down there. Be the shortest career in FBI history. Let it go. A man can only die once. Get packing anyway. Your destination awaits.
Szóval most konstatálja is a dolgokat, hogyha most ezt meglépi, lehet, hogy a rövid FBI karrierje nagyon hamar véget is ér, de hát egyszer élünk ugye, és akkor most megkivágunk Perúnak, és az úgy végére érünk, és lehet, hogy nem kirúgás, hanem kinevezés lesz a végén. Na de induljunk is neki.
Damn, but it's good to get away from the city and the crime and all the everyday crap. It feels so fresh down here. I'll take a camera and act like a tourist. Might even fool someone.
És meg is érkeztünk Kokuba, Peru egyik városába, és ugye, amint láthatjátok, ez már az 5. naphoz tartozik, úgyhogy itt el is köszönök tőletek. Hát nem tudom, mennyire sikerült megígérni, hogy ez az arany középút lesz a videó hosszúságában, de hát ezt sikerült összehoznom. Szóval, kedves hölgyek, urak, fiúk, lányok, én Rayman voltam, ez volt az Angel Paradise. Akiknek tetszettek a videók, azok iratkozzanak fel, nyomjanak egy lájkot vagy kommenteljetek, illetve a feliratkozás gomb mellett nyomjátok be a csengőt, hogy le ne maradjatok a következő videókról. Én további szép napot kívánok mindenkinek, vigyázzatok magatokra, minden jót, sziasztok!